Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal and I've got another Fiberartsy Reads book chat video for you today. And this is really sort of a shame on me kind of video. In the beginning of the year, I wasn't doing videos then, but I made myself a list of 21 books that I wanted to read in 2021. You know, it seemed like a fun idea. I read well over 21 books in a year anyway. I was like, it's gonna be no problem. I mean, I would get to all these books for sure. It is now the end of July, and I'm not doing so well. I'm not doing so well with the list. So I thought if I make a video, maybe it will help me get through them. It'll hold me accountable. We'll see. So I'm going to show you this big ass pile of books that I've not read yet. That I was really wanting to, and I was so excited about in January. But you know, I get so, like I said in another video, like I'm a joiner. I find myself, ooh, a readathon, ooh, a read along, and I neglect these poor little books over here that are looking at me with a stink eye, really, because I hadn't read them yet. So let's talk about them here. I had this one on my list, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I was really excited about this book. I'm still really excited about this book. I've heard mostly great things about it. You know, I got it in my book of the month. Yeah, I haven't read it yet. What I know about this one is Addie LaRue. She makes some sort of deal with a demon or something to live forever, only that no one remembers her. And so she lives hundreds of years, and I think we follow her through these years of not being remembered. But then, like, there comes a point when someone remembers her, and so that changes the story some, I'm assuming. It sounds really fascinating, but alas. I wanted to read the entire Area X trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer. I hadn't even read one of them yet. I've got this really awesome bind-up of all 3 books. It's like a really awesome thing, one with the cool flaps, you know, deckled edges and everything. Yeah. Haven't read not a one, so I'm actually really excited about this book. This series, what's it called? The Southern Reach trilogy, yeah. I gotta get to that. Speaking of series starters, Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I was like, I'm gonna start this series this year, and I'm gonna, you know, start it and read on in this series. Bought some of the other books even with that in mind. I'm gonna plan to read this in September for Space Opera September, hoping it will fit a prompt. I'm assuming it'll fit something. I know Thomas just put a little community post up today that about mid-August he's going to announce Space Opera September, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. So I'm hoping to plug that in September at least. I had The Power by Naomi Alderman on my list. This is this sort of, I think, dystopian type story. Let's see. All over the world, women and girls are discovering that they have a power. With a flick of the fingers, they can inflict terrible pain and even death. And with this small twist of nature, everything changes drastically. It sounds like something I would like, right? Margaret Atwood blurbed it, so, like, I had this classic on my list, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. I'm a horrible person. I've never read this book. I've never read anything by Jane Austen. So I said, if I just start with Pride and Prejudice, it's just like the one everybody knows. I need to pull this up on an audiobook, I think, and get through it. It's not terribly big. I think it's going to be lovely, so just... I was so excited about this book when I bought it 2 years ago or so. War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi. Yeah, haven't read it yet. I think I first saw this book over on Starla Reads' channel. I'll link her below if you aren't watching Starla. This is a story. Okay, one. It has these soldiers that are sort of modified. Can you see? I believe this is YA, and I don't read a ton of YA, but this one, it definitely sounded amazing. The year is 2172. Climate change and nuclear disasters have rendered much of Earth unlivable. The lucky ones have escaped to newly formed space colonies, of course, but those remaining are left to deal with the aftermath, of course. There's a civil war between Nigerians and Biafrans over mineral-rich land, which wreaking havoc on the country. Battles are being fought using robots, and then soldiers are going to have the bionic limbs and artificial organs, all kinds of stuff. That's the gist of it. I think it just sounds amazing, and I know this is actually the start of a series too. I believe book 2 may already be out. I don't even know. But this cover sold me, and the premise, it sounds fascinating. So I gotta get to it, man. Gosh. And I was finally gonna dive into Louise Erdrich's work this year by reading Love Medicine. I haven't done that yet either. Louise Erdrich is a prolific writer. She's written tons of books. This is part of her sort of Native American series that she has written. And let's see. Louise she's an indigenous, but she's Turtle Mountain Band of Ojibwe. So, and she's been writing a long time, and I've not read anything by her, shamefully. I do have a few of her books on my shelf, so I was going to start with this one, which is kind of like her. I consider her most well-known of my very limited knowledge, right? I think it's going to be lovely, so I need to get to it. I had this chunker that I was going to read. Swan Song by Robert McCammon. I need to finish this one. I definitely need to read this one. This is definitely, it's a post-apocalyptic kind of story. Okay, we got nuclear attack. America's gone. We're fighting to stay alive. Wasteland. One of rage and fear. Populated by monstrous creatures and marauding armies. Sounds amazing. Robert McCammon. I haven't read it yet. Night Film by Marissa Pessl on here. Yeah, I have this really awesome hardcover book that I found at a thrift store for $1.50, and yeah, I haven't read it yet. It's one of these really cool kind of mixed media stories. This is like a murder mystery type story from what I remember. Like a young woman's dead, and there's like, I think, a journalist who's like involved with trying to get her the story. I'm sure it goes much deeper than that, but yeah. I have this one on my list for the year, Battle Royale by Houshun Takami. Yeah. Haven't read it yet. Sort of a classic Japanese horror by this point, right? It's let's see. A class of junior high school students taken to a deserted island where, part of a ruthless authoritarian program, they are provided arms and forced to kill one another until only one is left. And yeah, Japanese. Let's see. What year was this one? 1999. So yeah, it's definitely been out a while. Haven't read it yet. Who Fears Death by Nnedi Akorafor. Haven't read it yet. We've got a post-apocalyptic Africa. The world has changed in many ways. Yet in one region, genocide between tribes still bloodies the land. A woman who has survived the annihilation of her village in a terrible rape by an enemy general wanders into the desert hoping to die. Instead, she gives birth to an angry baby girl with hair and skin the color of sand. gripped by the certainty that her daughter is different, special. She names her child Onyebuchi, which means who fears death in an ancient tongue. And this child looks like she grows up. Doesn't take long for her to grow up physically. Marked by but it turns out she's not an average child, so it's Nnedi Akorafor, and I need to read it, and I haven't. And I had some ebooks on that list too. I had Unfollow. I'm forgetting the name of the author at the moment. I really wanted to read this because the author is a nonfiction memoir. Sorry, with a weird sun coming through the lines. Sorry, and she was someone that left the Westboro Baptist Church, and I need to read this. I need to know. Oh, I had Midnight Robber on here too. I haven't got to that yet. That's fun for me. Let's see. Oh, I have My Best Friend's Exorcism, which I'm hoping to read in August. It's on my TBR, so. And I have The Reason I Jump. And I wanted to read this one. It's another nonfiction story, but it's about a child with autism, so I wanted to read that as well. Oh, and I had Let the Right One In also. I haven't read that one yet either. So that's really not, I'm really just not doing very well. So I read 5. I read 5 of the 21 books. Alright, this is doable. Okay, I'm not gonna be big bogged down. Let me know. Which one of these should I prioritize? Have you read any of these? Which ones do I need to move to the top? But probably not in August. Why do I do this to myself? We'll see. We'll see how many we finish by the end of the year. I mean, I'll do a check-in at the end of the year, see how poorly I've done at this list. I think I made a 20 to read in 2020 also, and also failed miserably. Maybe this type of list just isn't for me. Alrighty. This was just a silly little video, and thanks again for always watching, liking, giving me some nice comments. I always appreciate it. And again, let me know if you've read any of these down there. Let me know, should I prioritize anything? I'll check you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.